What came to me right away, I didn't even close my eyes. I heard this rainbow portals. Like, you know how to open rainbow portals. And you're saying you're a guardian of rainbow portals and also of the knowledge about all animal species who came from different parts of the universe. But the thing with you, you were like, used to be like an assistant at this planet because I see it well before all this reptilian dinosaur um, stormed in. It's kind of like a separate epoch when everything is nice and calm, and there's different types of animals and beings on Earth, and they come freely. And I see you opening. You know, you have like a stick, and you look like a man. Um, I'm trying to go to a situation where somebody calls you by name because I see that first. You bring like a group of 6 with you, and they all look the same. They kind of remind me those old um, robes, and the robes are I see them as kind of light brown, pretty color with golden decorations, like stripes and twirls. Looks like almost like flowers, but not. They but you have like a big stick. It look and it goes on top like a cone, like a a cone, acorn. Uh, it's a very interesting construction because it's like molded in, but the thing on top is green and it's glowing, and the stick is like transparent, white. And I see at the same time you saying that, help me. I see you at the cave with some strange looking creature. It looks like a spider with the tentacles on his head, and the metallic kind of clasps on at the bottom of each foot. And I see it's like here, and you're saying that that's how it used to be. That's how I ended up after they took over the earth and my animals, because I was like a forest guardian of forest animals. So reindeers, foxes, wolves, mice, rabbits, all my friends. They basically, what they did is they they did something to them. I don't quite understand what exactly, but it's like they got trapped in some traps, like physical traps. I see like bags hanging, like nets hanging off the branches of the huge trees. And the continent is Canada. It's definitely Ontario, Canada, somewhere there. And I mean, the trees are so giant, and the trunks are red, like dark red color. And you're going to save them, and all you have to do is to fly up a little and touch them with that stick of yours. It's like a wand, but the wand contains the energy of your planet that you came from. I'm trying to search which planet because it's not Mars. It looks somewhere different. But blue atmosphere, um, green, everything's green. Then I know who those are who took over you. They come from Altair, Altairians, and those are reptilians who came after and who wanted to get all the living beings and disrupt the nature of a family that was perfectly designed here. But and they wanted to use you for opening portals because you somehow bring the rainbow energy within your aura from your planet. The planet looks like it would not be visible to human eye. It's SL-12 planet. Looks like a satellite of Mars or something because it's close to Mars. But I see that it's been destroyed in the Mars Wars when Martians were fighting with Draco reptilians because it looks like a little glowing green planet that disappeared. Um, it how the way that you would bring the animals, you would just open a portal with that stick of yours, with that wand, because that wand is made out of crystals that are from the underground of your planet, and it's connected to your consciousness, and it has different functions. You can circle yourself, like use it for circling yourself, with it for protection and create like a round bubble of protection. If you wanted to, you can use it for invisibility, and you can use it for, I mean, the main reason was to open portals to let high vibrational beings onto Earth to create, what we call heaven and earth or peace or very peaceful environment. And it was designed that way that the animals actually would dominate, but they would not touch humans in that domination. So I just see I'm going to the scene where exactly how they captured you and those six other ones. The six other ones, they're the same as you. They have the same kind of wands. I feel like these wands were stolen by the church because this church thing just keeps coming up like a big octopus thingy with tentacles hanging off, and the tentacles are like having all this technology implemented and given to its own artificially designed evil institutions around the world, um, because they could see. The thing is, the stick siphons your energy and also the energy of your planet, and you can use it for siphoning, for basically like magnetizing the energy from the people around you, um, and use it for yourself as basically you're walking around and you're feeding yourself with people's energy who are around you, coming to you, praising you, and all kinds of stuff in those ceremonies. Like I see them certain distance, it just like psh, like the energy flows down. It's almost like a wave of energy comes to your feet and gets absorbed into the stick, and from stick, because you're holding it, goes through your bodies from your arm into your body. And that's what they've been doing. But it's almost like electrical because so much energy, and they're so low vibrational. They had to wear a glove of some sort. I see a glove on the hand of a priest. And that's why, to control the population and awakening in a way, they had to build churches all over the place. Every little village would have one at least. Um, but you're telling me all this. So they took all of this off. They closed up. It happened simultaneously. You're saying it's like imagine like a energetic bell or something that covers you. It's almost like this plate you put a cake on and cover it. That kind of like energetically, that's what they did, like at once, and everybody was caught by surprise. And a lot of those tribes that we know as Mayans, and they couldn't escape. Um, they were either hiding underground then, or some of them did escape through the portal system, through the cave portal system. Um, but some of them did not, and they got caught in this reincarnation cycle for a long time. And that's what you're saying, that um, 80 lives of yours is been, this is number 80, is you've been used for this portal opening, because they would just, they take your energy body to that particular location where I see you on the left, and you're saying, help me, because there's this reptilian is kind of having his claws on you, and the spider is the watching system. He's totally AI. All this metallic thing is he's got at the end of his feet. So they would take you to a designated location in a ship, but that's a reptilian wood, and they would make you, they would give you that stick, that, because they preserve it as an artifact, and they would make you open a portal, specific location, to make the all kinds of beings, I mean, go in into the surface of the earth to fill out spaces. I mean, right now I see some like, it looks like a body, half of the body of a human with the head of a snake, and then the rest of the body with the human arms, but then the tail would be a snake. Um, looks green and looks like it came from the sea or something like this. And then I see them making you open a portal into the ocean, but the portals look no longer rainbow. They look like kind of like darkish black. The thing is, you figured out sometimes the ways to escape. You kind of figured out when they come to you to get your energy body out of your physical body when you're resting, and instead you feel when they're coming. So you would actually go and use your energy for helping actually animal souls come out of the system, because you're saying that there are different astral platforms where they're kept, especially dogs, cats, or those who are kept here by force to be incarnated over and over because they want to use them. Reptilians also eat some animals, not only humans. Some species of reptilians do. And you want to release them all. So you open a portal, let them out. It kind of like what I'm looking at this level. It looks like outlines of cows. There are like, I don't know, there are hundreds of them. There's really a lot, but they really are just little kind of translucent balls flying around. But they show to me who they are. And you just let them out, and I see the platform empty, and I see the gray comes, and the kid doesn't like it. Seen that before, like that. Um, it's like they're trying so hard to sustain the system and hanging by nails onto it, but we are really dismantling it altogether. But in your case, it just you didn't know exactly how to disconnect from them because because of the contract, because they did it's the contract is actually a stone. It's a big stone. It's located in certain area. In certain area, there's some cave. Oh, it's actually astral. It's the original Earth level, but it goes underground. It's underground. That's why the location doesn't come because it's kind of like I see the Earth's essence, then I see the metallized structure made like a grid around that essence, so it doesn't expand to the point where everybody at once. It would be like a solar flash, but coming from underneath. People have been expecting forever. Um, so it would literally illuminate with light and information everybody. And that illumination Lucifer used from us, because that's what we do. We shine light. Light carries information and our power of a soul. And you can just do this and stun somebody, some being who wants to do harm to you, and freeze him. And that would be just light coming out of your hand. Um, so there's a big rock I see. It's, boy, it looks like a beautiful kind of uh, ruby type rock. I feel like it's really precious and it has a lot of power in it. It's not carved or anything, it's just like raw form. Uh, you would it's as big as you. And I see there is a lot of blueprints, blueprint imprints of the souls who actually signed the contract with those they're rather aggressive, those from Altair. And they're kind of like when I touch him, there is like 20% of snake in them also. That's why they were opening portals for snakes. They're reptilian snake hybrids. Um, and it's almost like you take energy out of it. It was like a capsule of energy in the rock. And you take it out, and I see it as your own energy in your hand, solidified as a piece of that red rock. But when you took it, it became the same green color like you are, and you just put it inside your body. But you also did this to because and I feel like golden threads going to different people who also signed the contract via this rock are gonna know the information, how you liberate themselves, because it's like they did it on purpose. They hid it so down that nobody really knows where it is, but there is a tunneling system, a reptilian tunneling system, and I feel like they use some particular species from other, like other alien groups, to dig up tunnels, because they say that they are masters, and they make everybody work for them, and they use everybody, and that's how they were created, and they want us to believe that. And that's why they created the in a way, this religious system that they use so much, for people to believe that, oh, everything's created by God. But he's laughing at my face saying reptilian God. So you don't question, so you comply, you obey. But now the system is crumbling. But he says, I still have control over, and we as reptilian race have control over some churches, um, with people totally brainwashed by the system, because they have implants in their heads, and the impulses that are coming from our AI technology, from their own devices, little do they know about it, they bombard their implants in their heads. Uh, that's how smart we designed it, because when you get rid of the implants, you cannot be influenced anymore. Let's look at your implants, if any. Oh, I see. I see some. There are two kinds. The pyramids and there's cylindrical thingies. Cylindrical thingies, they're very tiny, and they're connected. The those pyramids, they kind of form like a circle with the pokey things out around the heart, and they are fixated, like fixed on some sort of ring. That one, you already took it out. There's one around your waist, almost look like a hula hoop, but it's actually not sitting on your waist. It's more like towards where hips are, and it's in constant rotation. Kind of looks like one of the Saturn rings. It's also of metal, also the same kind of light golden whatever metal they used. Very flexible. Looks almost like energy. Kidneys, lungs, those little capsules. Stomach too. It's like everywhere I look, they're behind each eye, and there's little. It's almost like a blob of something on the back of the head, which they wanted to control your memories. They cover up your memories with that substance. It kind of looks like this one looks different. It looks like a little hat, um, spread out but sticking out a little. The particular area through which they can energetically touch via their devices remotely, and there's certain points of it would like keep the energies, the memories blocked. And then this reptilian says he likes to play around with you about things too. He says that I like when she can't find something, she lost something, or she forgot something, and it's funny for me. It entertains me. Um, But then it's like you're taken to the spider. The spider basically watches you. Sometimes even for a day before the reptilian takes you to a certain location by a spaceship to make you open some portals. You've seen all kinds of different creatures because I see you pointing at this eagle people, as you call them. They have this very sharp beaks. They look like large, giant hawks, but they're black in color. You say that they're messengers of death who created network in in this level of creation, artificial creation, and they hold the energy of death by being connected to other people who are like portals for people who pass, who who show up sometimes in front of them or influence them to go a certain way. Um, they're like guides of some sort. There's a certain system of it, but I just keep seeing this giant black bird almost like coming at me. Um, so you're thinking of you created a shower, like a huge shower head around, and you're saying that I'm gonna program this water to push all the implants out of me, just bring them down to my feet, and from there I'll get rid of them. And I see the shower. It's like I see it like amber color, and it's almost as if it was transparent amber as a stone, and it's coming down and pushing everything down. All the little bits and pieces of those. It's from far away. It looks like it's a beating system that moves on its own in whatever place on the body they wanted them to move, because they would need particular energy. It's like the chakra system, you can get this type of energy, uh, or that type of energy. So, and that's why the ring is around the hips, because that's the energy of creation. The strongest energy is what we call sexual energy, but it's actually the energy of creation that he would take, the reptilian, from you, and it would be around 40 to 50% at a time. So you pushed all the implants out. It's like a pile of metal, and you're just opening the portal, pushing it out, and you're opening your like an accordion, mental, emotional bodies, opening them, looking. They're clean right now because that shower apparently cleaned them too. I don't see anything. There were, it's almost like little pieces of wood, but except there were metal in them. And that's what you all kind of pushed into the portal and closed it. But now you're taking this, ordering this reptilian and this going. But before you do that, I told you, call the boss of this reptilian. Who is he? Ooh. So dark green, flat-faced, huge giant tail, very vicious kind of being. And that tail of his, I mean, it's huge. I think that's from the snake DNA that he got it. And he also moves his very kind of fluently, like a snake would do with his neck. So that's the one in charge. and you're telling him that you're disconnected now from everything, from from all the lives they created for you before, they put you through, from the religious upbringing, many lives, and religious egregor that's important for you, and from all this black and white magic stuff in the other parallel lives that they involved you into, because they were using you against, as many others, against some of the opposition energies that humans would um, put out. And you're just telling him to go. And he went. So let me look at your body. Yeah, I don't see that chakra system. I think it was overlaid with those little, with that beating system. And that was that energetic color hope on your hips. And it just came out together as you were under the shower. Yeah, head is clean. The way, the lungs, the back. Yeah, there's like an imprint, there are imprints of some of those cylindrical capsules on your spinal cord, but you're touching it with your hands and you um sending the energy off, like reviving it, like regeneration throughout your body to fix that and raise your vibration altogether. But yeah, what's interesting is your DNA was, like, I saw it as 12 strands because you got so attached to Earth in those incarnations trying to help the souls out who originally came here to have a different experience, and you needed to be connected to original Earth through those DNA strands. You basically overlaid those, put them over your original DNA strands. Um, because if I look at the original, there are 35, 36 of them, but they covered with the other ones. And I'm asking you, I mean, you said your work is done here, so you're reconfiguring the energy of the 12 and feeding it into those 36, basically. So I see like 48 altogether. But yeah, you cleansed everything, except now you're going to that moment where they put, right before the moment they created the first energy that we call a dome, but there are multiple domes as I see. There's not only one, they overlaid on top of each other. When they created the first one and you got stuck here, as well as your other six, a group, you instruct all of them and yourself, you just go out and leave. And then I see you in other reality on another green planet. There's certain green planets that are blossoming in the that's where souls come to create animal-like type beings. And then souls come from different universes to do that. So it's just what they want to do. There are also planets where they only create flora, and it's like flower planets and tree planets. And, but this is an animal one, so you went there. So you're clean. You can ask questions.
Um, is is there any need to return the stick, or is that day gone?
Yeah, well, you still have it on that other planet, but it's kind of like your souvenir, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah. But there's the creation of a stick like this with an acorn on top. It's a big symbology involved in it. As I feel, he has power. His power over minds, his power over consciousness. If you use it the wrong way,
Mhm.
yeah, it can collect so much energy. It can be like an atomic bomb used against people also. Man.
I had another question. I have one sister, and uh, I don't know much about it, but my mom had a stillborn baby, full term, and no one ever talked about him, and I know nothing about him, and I'm pretty much sure he was taken and he wasn't dead, really. I mean, he was born at, Yale, the center of evil, skull and bones area.
Yeah, I saw him right away, and he is one of the labs in the astral level in some sort of, it almost looks like big glass coffin type thing. I see him like laying with the profile as a full grown man. They grew the baby, they put the baby, they infused the baby. There's been a lot of injections directly into the spinal cord, starting from the neck and down to infuse with it. He looks like, webbed hands, webbed feet, tail. Looks like that reptilian. It looks like a lizard reptilian. They would kind of go not on his feet but close to the ground and crawl through various tiny places to get into the down at the surface, closer to the essence of the earth. Um, because some of the tunneling system that leads down to different underground facilities is very thin. It's for those creatures. It's very small tunneling system. But I feel like they're gonna use this body specifically for infiltration of some other planets, of some other systems, because they look pretty vicious and pretty. They can also walk on the feet, so it's a dual. But their core structure is inside. It's like a movable metallic stick that is very soft and fluent. So they used him for research, for sure. Here comes the some scientist in a lab coat. John something. John Marquise. Marquise. It's Marcuize. Like I clearly see his second name. And yeah, the mantis. Here's the mantis beings come. Now they're in control of the research facility there. And behind all of this, I feel like it's a Draco's. For sure, they just feel that energy. Mm, you still have the information. You basically go back to the moment when he was still intact genetically. Because I mean, was this being? This being can eat you up. I mean, there's no reason. There's no way. But then you give the energy and also the information to the baby before actual birth, saying that your body is not going to be. It's going to be revived after, but do you really want to go through research? And of course, no. So you better get out of the body before you're born. And in this case, it goes into that timeline when the baby is born and there's no soul present, and they cannot use the soul anymore, the energy body anymore. I see him going far to Andromeda, like straight to Andromeda. So
Oh,
he's
that's neat.
free now.
Could you check on my parents? My dad is no longer here, and my sister.
Mm,
I'm the only one awake of the bunch.
your dad is in some sort of box at the corner of the universe. It looks like one of those soul safes that I see. Preserved for something. For some specific abilities that he had put into his DNA. You you put like energy around that box, and that energy makes holes in the box, and you see a lot of souls in there. They're definitely more than 200 that I get. And you just give them information. You can open this by your will, by your free will. You don't have to sit there in the dark, be scared. Just disconnect yourself from everything physical and non-physical at the earth's level, and you're free to go. And that's what they do. They are like little lights of the fireworks that are being released into the space.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that safe is signal system is working of some sort. There are wave technology there that these souls escaped, and they put a new one there. Hmm. Okay, well, who else did you say that
My
the
mom and my sister.
your mother got it's not the wings. It's like from your tips of your hand, the energy goes to the bottom of your feet and to up of her head. And it's a blue translucent wings like that. Can't explain it, but that's how she looks. And she wants to be free. She's flying around and she's constantly chased by one of the beings um, at the astral level, but she manages to escape and she laughs real loud. She says that I like this game now. I thought it was frustrating, but I'm doing it. And your sister's sitting down in her energy sphere and she's constructing some sort of technological, like a metallic device, screwing things in. Oh, she said she's screwing it for a spider. He's another spider, but this one is energy spider. He's got this striped legs. He's much smaller than what I saw with you. That one was like a robotic. Hers is not. But he periodically comes out of his cocoon. It's pretty kind of interesting vision here. And he says, he asked her, "Is it ready yet?" She's building home for an incubator home for the little eggs to be hatched by the spider and grown inside that thing. The spider original tried to use her for hatching the eggs, her uterus, reproductive system. But then she figured it out and she disconnected from that. And she said that she just doesn't know how to unplug from the spider, which is super easy. But she said that I'm gonna build you something. Um, kind of makes me want to smile. I mean, between your mother and your sister, this is something. So she's she's doing the same thing you just did. She says, okay, bring the spider web book. The pages are made like of thick spider web type thing. I mean, it all looks like energetically, right? It's hard to explain how it looks, but she basically burns up the book with her glance, with her eyes, just concentrating her energy through her eyes onto it. The spider runs away in panic through the portal, and she takes the pieces, bits and pieces of spider web that she didn't manage to get out from the different parts of her body. Boy, my shoulders is really itching. I'm sorry. I don't know, because most of the spider web is on the back, and I'm just looking how she's like, it's so sticky too. Um, and she says, yeah, I had some stuff with my back and because of this sticky substances. Um, but yeah, she got it all out off of her. Mm. Now she's running with your mother and she's like flying around her and screaming, I'm free. Are they funny like this or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not like them. That's for sure. I'm like the black sheep of the family.